Hello everybody, Diana here. Typically I usually work with notes on my screen over here, and it always has some glare on my glasses. Today I'm not going to do that. No notes on my screen, so hopefully I don't go off on tangents too badly. Today's segment is going to be on cheating on your diet. This segment was inspired by a video that I watched on YouTube. So I hope that True NYC is watching. And I do notice, like, a lot of people, when they're working a diet to lose weight, they'll cheat. It's, somewhere along the line they're going to cheat, and then they feel bad. They think they've done something wrong. Like, oh my gosh, I just cheated, and they start feeling like a loser or like a failure. And many times, they'll jump back on the wagon. Like, okay, it was just one cheat, and they'll get back on it. And then it's going to happen again. Right? The cheating happens again. And then you kind of beat yourself up again. And it's different for everybody as far as when they decide that they're going to quit the diet, that it just can't work for them because they keep, failing. But I want to tell you, you're not failing the diet. When you cheat on the diet, you're not failing the diet. If a diet does not if a weight loss diet does not allow you to have the foods that you love and to have them in the amount that will satisfy you, then that diet is just going to fail. It fails you. Because it's not just about losing weight, right? I mean, we can jump on any fad diet and lose a bunch of weight, except for me. It never worked for me like that. But I know it works like that for a lot of people. And that's all good and well. You jump on some fad diet or some crash diet and you lose a bunch of weight and you look so much better and you're excited. And then what happens? You get back to your normal life. We can't just stop eating the foods that we love forever. And a good weight loss / weight maintenance diet is something that you should be able to work for the rest of your life. So when you get to your goal weight, you can stay there. And the only way that a weight diet is going to work for you is if it allows you to have the foods that you love. You have to. So if you haven't seen my story yet, I've got it posted on my Facebook. I know it's lengthy. A lot of my videos are lengthy, but go look at it so you can learn a little bit about me. I was obese, and I tried every stupid weight loss diet, weight loss program that was out there back in the day. I'm old. And just none of them seemed to work for me. I finally gave up on trying to lose weight because it was just driving me crazy, and decided that I was going to make my body healthy, my organs on the inside. I was going to make that healthy. I was just so sure that I was going to have a heart attack and be dead before 35. I didn't think I was going to make it to 30 because it was just, my health was just that poor. And so I started, like, I would learn something and I would apply it and do that for a month to make it a habit, something that I will do forever. And then I would do another step as I was learning, like, the first thing that I was focusing on was my heart. Like I said, I was afraid I was going to have a heart attack, so I wanted to strengthen my heart. And then we just kind of like pick other organs. So whatever organ I think that you're most concerned with in your body, that's the one that you should pick first to work on and start making changes to strengthen or enhance that organ and get that organ working optimally, and then move on to the next organ. And that's what I did. And as I was learning things, of course, what I was learning is that I wasn't putting right foods into my body. And so I would add these foods, but I never consciously took away anything. I never consciously took out bad foods. But as I'm adding these foods that I need, it got to the point to where I wasn't having any of the, what we consider today to be garbage food. And that's food that I really, really loved. So what I did is I made what I refer to as free days, because I realized that in order for me to continue to do what I was doing to maintain the healthy body that I was working on obtaining for the rest of my life, the only way I was going to be able to stick to it is if I was eating other foods that I loved. Now, any of you who've worked weight loss diets or anything, when you start eating healthier foods, you feel a little more vibrant, you feel a little better, you feel a little more energy, and you actually start desiring, some of the healthy foods. But we cannot keep ourselves from the foods that we love. And so what ends up failing is when you're not allowed the foods that you love, because you're going to crave them, you're going to want them. And why not? Like, you live once for a very short period of time, and you want to be able to just freely live. And part of being able to freely live is being able to enjoy the time that you spend eating. I mean, it does take up time. So you have to like what you eat. So if you're going to go on a weight loss diet, which I'm totally, totally against weight loss diets, and there's a whole lot of science as to why I'm against those, and I'll be putting that up soon because I don't think I've got those videos up yet. But if you're going to do this, or just start thinking like, oh, I have to be more conscious about what I put into my body, I got to start eating healthier foods. Absolutely, add in those healthy foods, but keep those garbage foods in too. No, don't do it every single day, but pick a day or 2 days out of the week where you can have them. And that makes it so much easier to stay on track on all your other days. So your healthy days, okay, for instance, myself, I had what I called 5 healthy days and 2 free days. The healthy days were the days that I consciously made sure that I was putting the right nutrients into my body. My 2 free days were those days that I made sure I got to eat foods that I have always loved. And let's face it, the garbage food is food that we love. And so I remember, like, I had 2 free days I picked, Friday and Tuesday, or these are the days that I picked. And my Fridays was my Fridays. Those were the days that everything I ate was fried. It was all fried. Deep fried this, deep fried that. Everything I ate was fried every Friday. And because I love fried foods, there's so many people that love fried foods. So think about it. If you are one of those people that absolutely loves fried foods and you want to get your health under control, you want to get your weight under control, I know for a lot of people that's one of the first things they do is they'll cut out those fried foods. And that's all good and well. But if it's something that you love, you're not going to be able to stick to that for the rest of your life. Let's be real. So you have to let yourself have it, because we don't want to put our minds and our conscious in a state of deprivation. It's in that state of deprivation that we end up binge eating, we end up feeling like failures, we end up quitting, and all sorts of self-defeating thoughts and behaviors. So to keep out of that mind frame of lack, limitation, and deprivation, you have to have the things that you love. You get one life. And so are you going to deprive yourself of foods that you love for the next 50 years? That makes no sense. That's not a life of abundance, right? That's a life of lack, limitation, and deprivation. And it just doesn't work. It simply does not work. What works is for you to enjoy your life every week, So do the healthy eating 5 days a week or 6 days a week. Some people are be too nervous to throw in 2 free days a week. But you have to have at least 1 free day a week. You have to be able to have time where you eat the garbage food, and you have to know that it's okay that you did not wreck your diet. You have to, when you eat the garbage food, you have to know that that is part of succeeding on your diet. And that's the only way you can be successful. It just is, because a good program is something that you can work throughout your entire life. And so that's why I say if it doesn't include foods you love, it fails right at the get-go. So I don't care what diet program you might be using, make sure you factor in a free day. And don't call it a cheat day, because that's kind of like negative thought processing going on there. It's not a cheat day. It's a free day. It's a day that you are free to eat whatever you want. Okay? So, you can go to Burger King and you can have your onion rings and French fries and your Whopper. By the way, Whoppers are my favorite fast food burger. Although I am no longer too keen on the French fries that Burger King has, so I'll go to McDonald's and I'll get the French fries at McDonald's and then go to Burger King and get the Whopper at Burger King. And then I have everything that I love. And I eat it all. I do. Going to Burger King was not cheating. To work that in. True NYC. Have your Burger King every week. And whatever other foods that you enjoy. No, you can't eat grilled chicken every day. Who can eat the same things every day? Because when we do that, when we're eating the same things every day, we are losing quality of life. And you don't want to lose your quality of life. That's just not sustainable. We are here to enjoy ourselves. We are. We're here to be healthy, happy, vibrant, and to do that which we feel passionate to do. And that's why we're here. I really believe that. And so if you are not allowing yourself things that you really love, then you're not living your true self. So absolutely we have to be healthy. Absolutely we have to have healthy foods in our diets. We have to give our bodies and our organs what they need. But we also absolutely have to enjoy life, which means eating some of the quote-unquote bad food. So factor that into your diet 1 day or 2 days. The way that I did it, like I said, is I had 2 free days. And once I got to my goal weight, then I made 3 free days and just kind of adjusted from there. And I've spent years now where I don't really consciously think about what I'm eating because my body just tends to go for healthy foods. And I just know, like when I do the bad for you kind of foods, I just feel like as long as I'm not doing it every day and as long as I'm giving my body what it needs, I'm fine. And I've maintained for 20 years. I went from obese to a healthy weight and a healthy body because I was absolutely not healthy before. And I've maintained my weight and my good health for 20 years. And that's one of the things that I found that why the weight loss diets failed me is because they weren't sustainable. It's not something I was able to do for the rest of my life. And certainly not as I'm trying to feed my family, and if I have to eat completely different from the way that I'm feeding my family, that just, I work at a restaurant. I'm not going to turn my kitchen into a restaurant. I'm not taking orders. I'm cooking one meal and that's it for everybody. So true NYC, you did not fail for a minute. You didn't slip. You didn't fall. You did exactly what you should have been doing. And you're doing awesome. I've watched all your videos. You're doing awesome. I subscribe to you because I want to keep following you. I want to keep watching your story. I think you're fantastic. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe because I'm definitely going to be putting up more videos. And, and going through YouTube and watching different people and their things, which is also, you know, I feel like this is going to inspire me to do other videos to touch on things that I see might be important for people. And the one thing that I want you to take away from this and every video that I do is this: you cannot fail. It can't happen. You cannot fail. So if you're working some program and you do something that's off the program, you do something and, you know, maybe like you feel like you're failing, don't think that. No, ever think failure. Because as long as that word is in your head, is in your mind, your brain is going to seek every opportunity to fail. And we don't want to do that, right? We want to succeed. I mean, when we first start a program, we're excited and we're motivated and we're really, really into it. And yeah, I'm really going to do it this time. So when you do slip, quote unquote slip, know that you're human. And if you're slipping from whatever program that you're working, then the program is not designed specifically for you. You know, I mean, all these programs, they're generically designed. And the problem that I have with generically designed programs and generically designed diets is that they assume that everybody's overweight for the very same reason. And this could be further from the truth. That I've got a video, I list, I think, like 17 or 18 different reasons for weight gain, for, you know, holding on to excess weight, and for obesity, you know, all these different causes. And failing on your diet, cheating on your diet is not one of the causes, not at all. So we have to stay out of that mentality of failure. We have to stay in the mentality of success. So if you slip off your program, whatever program it is that you're working, if you slip on that, you know, so, what the hell with my hair? I've always got a problem with my hair. So if you do happen to slip on a program, I want you to, instead of thinking, oh, I slipped, oh, I messed up, or I made a mistake, or I failed, or whatever, instead of thinking like that, what I want you to think like is this. I want you to say, you know what? I'm human, and of course I did this. Of course I did. Because this program isn't made specifically for me. And in that mentality, you are then in a position where you can redesign that particular program for you, for your body, for your lifestyle. We all have different lifestyles, and a program must work with our lifestyle. It just must. Because if it doesn't work with our lifestyle, we're not going to be able to continue. And I don't know if you know this or not, but repeated weight loss diets cause obesity. They do. I don't remember if I uploaded that video or not. If not, that'll be coming soon. A video on how weight loss diets cause weight gain and obesity. So it's important to tailor any program specifically to you and to your lifestyle. And part of that is allowing yourself to enjoy life, allowing yourself to eat foods that you love. Sure, we don't want to do it too much because it's just going to wreck our organs, right? And the reason it's going to wreck our organs is because our organs are not getting the nutrients that they need. So we have to get the nutrients that we need, and after that, everything else is free game. Really, you just give your body all the nutrition it needs. We've got vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, fiber, protein, healthy fats. All these things are needed. And when you're putting all this stuff into your body and your organs are working the way they're supposed to work, it's going to flush out the garbage. So you won't have to worry about the garbage. You know? So yes, you have to have your free days. Free food days. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to mention. When you pick your free days, it doesn't always have to be the same days every single week. You can change it from week to week. And that works nicely because, let's say, for instance, you're invited to go to a party on Saturday. So, you know, you got your free days are like Friday and Tuesday. You know, I'm just picking the ones that I use. Friday and Tuesday are your free days. Well, now you have this party that you're going to on Saturday, and you know that there's going to be all kinds of food there that is not on your diet plan. So for that week, instead of Tuesday and Friday, you're going to make it like Tuesday and Saturday or Wednesday and Saturday. So having your free days like this, you can still design it to work for your lifestyle. You know, if you know there's going to be 1 or 2 days out of this week that's coming up that you are, my freaking hair, that you're going to be out and about with friends or at parties or doing a celebration or whatever, you're going to be free to eat whatever it is that you want on those days, and then the other 5 days. So it doesn't have to be the same 2 days every single week. It doesn't have to be. So make sure you are getting the foods that you love into your diet every single week, because when you're doing that, then you can stay on your healthy days. It's going to be easier. On a healthy day, you can, I would feel like I want a Whopper. I mean, while I was working on my healthy body, I lived right across the street from Burger King. Oh my God, I was smelling that stuff all the time. But when I would smell it, on a healthy day, I would smell it and I would get a craving for a Whopper. It was just so easy for me to say, no, I'm not going to have that today. I can have that on Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm absolutely going to go across the street and get me a big old double Whopper with cheese and, whatever I want. So it made it so much easier to stick to on the other 5 days. Does that make sense? Because healthy weight, and a healthy body should become your lifestyle. And the only way it's going to be able to be your lifestyle, that you're going to be able to do it for the rest of your life, is if you allow yourself the things that you have, that you love. So to me, failing a diet, a weight loss diet, means that you're not eating foods that you love, because it's just not sustainable. It's not. And this is one of the biggest reasons why diets fail, because they are not sustainable. So you can take a weight loss diet program and you can tweak that out to work for your lifestyle, for your physical needs, for your organs, and it can work for you for the rest of your life. So there it is. And I hope I excited some of you people, because I know for food lovers, this is good news. You can eat healthy and you can still have a day or two each week. And I'm not talking 1 or 2 meals. I did the whole day. Like I said, Fridays, all day long, it was all fried food. Tuesdays, I had so much. It was always like fast foods, order out, takeout, pizzas, cake, cookies, all the garbage that we're not supposed to have. And I would do it all day long. And you don't want to lose weight too fast. So if you're losing weight at more than 2 pounds a week, I would say even more than 1.5 pounds a week. It's too fast. Get your garbage back in. Okay? So again, like not too often, not all the time, but you have to allow yourself to have it. You have to live your life abundantly. Because who wants to live with lack and limitation? Who wants to live with deprivation? That's just not sustainable. Okay, so I hope I motivated you. I hope you learned something. And I will see you on the next segment.